for a minute we could just stop feeding Bezos, that would be wonderful. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. My name is Hannah and I'm a horror and thriller author from the south of England. On this channel I make videos about writing, reading, researching, marketing and other stuff, depending on how I feel. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, please do subscribe. As you may have noticed, it is October, which means Halloween, which means the Halloween edition of the Abominable Book Club, which I'm very excited to open. For those of you that haven't watched one of these videos before, the Abominable Book Club is a horror and thriller book subscription box. Each month you get a new release horror or thriller book. Sometimes it's signed, sometimes it's like special edition, it's really cool. You also get a second-hand book that is like secretly wrapped up, so everyone's is completely different, which is really cool. You also get a local Welsh snack normally, and some extra goodies in there too, like pin badges, postcards, with like stories and things on them. And most recently I think we've been getting lots of bookmarks, which is great because I'm constantly losing bookmarks. So without further ado, let's open this box. As it is Halloween, I did decide to make a bit of a token effort and try and do like a bit of a vampy makeup look, which is hilarious because I am not particularly good at wearing makeup or putting it on, and also I'm still in my work stuff, so I guess that I'm a vampire at the end of their day job. Being a vampire doesn't pay the rent these days. It's all about inflation or the price of a Freddo or something. Or maybe I am a vampire and Boris and our wonderful government have told me to retrain. Maybe I can get a career in cyber. So this is this view of the box. I don't normally do this kind of view because I'm just not that skilled with the camera. But these are the sorts of things you get. So you have your snack. I can already see the pin. I've got some bits peeking out, the little wrapped book, and the new release will be buried under here somewhere. And it feels like a hardback. Very exciting. Okay, so first up we have the snack, and this month it is Barney Jack's Natural Sherbet Lemons. I don't know how well known this kind of sweet is outside of the UK, but a sherbet lemon is like just one of the most British things I can think of. When I think of sherbet lemons, I think of three things. 1, British stuff. 2, mouth ulcers. 3, my nan. So that's nice. I'm actually quite partial to one of these, so that's great. And also, since I've been working from home a lot, to stop myself just constantly eating, I've been eating old lady sweets. So, hey! Next up we have the tea and coffee, which always goes down really, really well. I won't open this because noisy, but normally you get a couple of tea bags, you get a hot chocolate, and a couple of coffees. So, happy days. Our little postcard, and this normally just lets you know roughly what's in the box and gives you a little bit of info about it. So I don't want to look at that until I have seen the book, actually, because that's daft. Let's do that first. One of my favourite things about this box now, which is a reasonably new addition, is the pin badge. So I've started sort of collecting these and having them on my backpack, though I've also had a few casualties, so I need to find a new place for them to live. But this one's giving me Gingy vibes. Very exciting. I have no idea if you'll actually be able to see that. There. Cool. Oh yeah. I think we know what this means. I think I just saw it. Oh cool, so this month we've got a couple of different bookmarks. These are always really useful. I am constantly losing bookmarks and my other half always steals mine. So good. And we've got 2, so he can steal one. This one says Happy All Hallows Ween, and it's got the little Spookmark Series 3 story on the back, which we love. Okay, I'm going to read it because it's really cute. First they opened my head and scooped out my filling. Great handfuls they took, fingers sticky and dripping. They carved through my mouth and poked out my eyes. The little ones laughed while the biggest ones sliced. Once they were done, they showed no regret, dumping my corpse on the 3rd wooden step. They lit my remains with a flickering flame and went back inside while the visitors came. I sat and I watched as they passed me by. None saw my pain and none heard my cries. How could this happen, to me of all things, a God-fearing Gord who never once sinned? The witching hour came and the fire in me grew. It's obvious now what I have to do. I'll show them all why you don't mess with Jack, and this All Hallows Ween. I'll pay them back. That's very cool. Hey, maybe we'll carve him up now. And the other bookmark is This one has a Stephen King quote on it. Books are a uniquely portable magic. Well, Stephen, I must agree. And it's actually an advert for a podcast, and I have been really into podcasts recently, only I've never really, apart from the bestseller experiment, I've never really gotten into a writing podcast. Weirdly, the podcast I'm really into right now is called You're Dead to Me, and it's a BBC one, and it's basically made by Greg Jenner, who is one of the guys that created Horrible Histories. And it's amazing. Highly recommend. So this one is called the Constant Reader Podcast. That sounds like something I would get into, so I will give that a go. Secondhand book time. I'm gonna do it now. Okay, let's open this thing. Just makes me very happy. This month we have Sean Hudson, Assassin. I do not know who Sean Hudson is. I'm actually probably not a particularly good horror fan. So this is the second-hand book, Sean Hudson. London was in the grip of its bloodiest bout of gang warfare for 2 years, shootings in the street, kidnapping and car chases. Until now, Frank Harrison had ruled gangland, but it looked as if that reign was going to end in blood. Someone was out to destroy him and his men, to wipe out everyone associated with him. But who? Harrison had to know, and into this world of violence, corruption, madness and death came the assassin. A force more powerful than vengeance, more lethal than a lorry full of high-velocity weapons, and more terrifying than any nightmare. This sounds a bit doody. I probably would enjoy it, and it smells old, which we're a sucker for. But if I could say one thing about this box, it's probably, you know, coming from an aspiring horror author and an actual thriller author, I would love to see a little bit more representation in this box. I mean, this does look great, and I will probably read it. And I have never heard of Sean Hudson, so I love that I'm introduced to new authors. Oh, this is a really cool thing they've introduced. I think it's just this month, actually, they've introduced it. I think it's been a thing, but they're advertising it now. So if you have a secondhand book you've already read, then you can join the Abominable Book Exchange, so you can swap with other people, which is great because I've read pretty much all of mine. I think I'm especially into the short story compilations. So yeah, I'd more than happily trade with other people. So we love that element. We love the sharing. I know what this is. I can't see it. This is incredibly exciting. Yeah, this is Junji Ito's Venus in the Blind Spot. Beautiful. Like, Junji Ito. What? I think, can you even, oh yeah, hiding behind the pumpkin are my other Junji Ito books. So this will look incredibly good on my bookshelf. Oh, can't stop reading it now. Very excited to read this. Last but not least, I totally forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video when I was saying what you normally get in the box. You also tend to get some kind of magazine or like horror-y compilation. And this month it is, I think it's Black Static. It is, Black Static. And it's number 76. It's been going for some time. These are all really good fun. I just think it's such a good way to learn about upcoming and like emerging horror authors. Yeah, love these. Really good fun. That is that for October's Abominable Book Club box, which I managed to say correctly every time I said it in this video. I haven't had to cut any of this out because I've said it right every time, which might be the first time since I actually started getting this box, which was about a year ago, so it's only taken me 12 months. Thanks for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. As I said, if you do want to try a horror subscription box, absolutely try this one. The guys that run the company are really friendly, and just it's a small business and it's just nice to support small businesses, especially given what else is going on. If just for a minute we could just stop feeding Bezos, that would be wonderful. Thanks again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please do feel free to like the video and of course subscribe to my channel. Cool, I'll see you next week with another one.